You are watching Facts Me TV. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content.
On this episode of Facts Me TV, we are back. It is Wednesday, July 15th. It is definitely time for Steven to break down and wash his Top Gun hat. We're not going to be doing that on the show today, but it is on the plate for later. We're going to be covering some of the recent things that Candace Owens has said, and oh boy, they are quite doozies. I'm going to take you back to ground zero, to the very beginning, because I think sometimes the easiest solution, the simple thing, is just to look at right when it happened. And you're probably like, what's he talking about? Well, we're going to show you. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Candace Owens is now burning t-shirts in her backyard. Gee, I wonder who gave her the idea to start burning t-shirts.
Polyester shirt. Baron Coleman was here the other day. He told me that he thinks
we're also going to be taking a look at Tyler Robinson's car because all of the Candace cultists, the cronies, the morons, they don't understand how distortion works in a video, and they swear up and down that the car we saw in court is not Tyler Robinson's car. But today I'm going to show you all the different variations of Tyler's car.
Surprised to see
all of that and more today
blood
on
the shirt that we burned.
TV.
But this is what we got. And I have to tell you guys, I think there is something here when you look at the other object. Look at this. Look at this comparison. We did this morning on the right.
Just to talk me into going live and all of us just chatting or whatnot. But that's very, very hard for me to do when I'm at work. Because again, I don't know if somebody's going to come through the door. You know, I've got to answer phones, stuff like that. So I just decided I'm just walking away. I'm unplugging for a day to collect myself, get back to feeling good. I'm back to feeling good. I'm back. I'm back. We're just going to say I'm back. Okay. No big deal, guys. Nothing to be concerned about. I just let the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? The whole disappointment of the exploding microphone video get to me. I did. You know, I just started sitting there and just getting upset watching these grifters constantly being lifted up. And that's the part that kills me. It's not about the attention. It's about all of these people being duped and willingly just doing it. I don't know, man. Maybe I care too much. I couldn't do it yesterday, guys. I couldn't do it. But today, let's start things out. I'm not even going to read you the whole tweet. I made a meme about this, and maybe many of you guys saw it. I posted it here on YouTube and on Facebook. But Candace had posted, it really is a study is how dishonest influencers are willing to pay for money. I read that sentence exactly how she wrote it. I'm going to say it again. It really is a study is how dishonest influencers are willing to be for money. My head hurts. Like, it's like learning a new language because I don't understand it. Because when people talk, even when you're saying words incorrectly, and I catch myself doing it sometimes, you still have a flow to what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, your cadence doesn't seem off. But when you try to read some of her stuff, you can't even read it straightforward. And I'm going to try really hard. It really is a study is how dishonest influencers are willing to be for money. That just sounds like a bunch of words thrown together. But anyways, Candace Owens is saying it's a case study in how dishonest influencers are willing to be for money. Guys, we have said it so many times here on the show, all throughout the internet. This is nothing but projection. And guys, to make it worse, she follows that stuff up. She timestamps. Stay tuned. 9:47 p.m. Feel free to save this tweet. It will age well. Guys, now, if you've been following me for some time, you guys probably recall me covering her posts that she likes to do this on. save this tweet. It will age well. I think the most infamous was when she was preaching that something major 9/11 level was going to happen in December. And she says, save this tweet. It will age well. And nothing happened. Oh, Miss Cleo. Candace. Candace, what has become of you? So guys, I was watching her episode the other day, and it wasn't so much about watching it for the lies, because honestly, at this point, she's just regurgitating the same lies, the same things she's been saying for 10 months. So until we get some new ones, until we get some new material, or until she gets some new material, I decided to take a look at her episode and point out just some dumb things she said. And I want to watch this with you guys, see if you kind of get the same takeaway. Let's start this.
Hours to Panguitch and then turning around and coming back, just 6 hours of driving and eating is not coming across in these messages. And then we have here, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate just can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, this feels to me like a person who is not native to speaking. We have not spent hours upon hours for serious research that's been happening.
She says, this feels to me, this is somebody who is not native speaking the English language. No, Candace, that's how people speak correct English. Some of us excelled at English class and mathematics and science just because your grammar is that of a third grader. Just because people don't speak as lowbrow as you think it's odd that people are well-spoken? I don't. I never once thought those texts sounded weird. Sounds like educated people talking. Whether you like them or not, that's besides the point. I've said vehicle my whole life, even as a kid. I'm not a big fan of the word car. Car. You know what I'm saying? I've always said vehicle. Guys, I'm going to go start the vehicle. Guys, watch out for that vehicle. That's normal to me. Anyways. This next one, she can't even pronounce this area, guys.
People driving down to locations, speaking to people. Amazingly, Diligent Dennison went and spoke to the waiter down in Panguitch. More is going to be coming out about that. And then they just keep pretending like it's all a joke.
Candace says, Panguitch. Hey, man, did you guys check the latest Panguitch last night? Man, I knew the night before there were only 5 penguins. Dude, they brought 7. Dude, that Panguitch was insane, man. It's freaking insane. Or maybe Panguitch is like some weird magical game that after you win Quidditch in Harry Potter, like you go to the next level, and that's Panguitch. The Utah town is Pang Gwitch. Gwitch. Like you, Candace, like witch. Just think Pang Candace, Pang Witch. There you go. You said Panguitch and Panguitch and Panguitch. Never once the actual name, all in the same episode. Oh, and you're going to question the way people speak the English language. God, that segue couldn't have worked any better.
I can't wait to get into Turning Point USA and the crash out they had online. Andrew Colvett finally coming up to the surface. Deceitful, the Judas, no question. My dream was on point about who he is, and everyone is now vice commands, and I really need to work on my Latin. Sarah D. writes, found an Australian article reporting police were investigating an accomplice, but that angle disappeared. Some other stuff disappeared too. There was some other stunning testimony that we're going to get in tomorrow. Now Andrew Colvett is reviving it, likely due to growing support for Tyler Robinson, throwing Lance Twiggs to the Wolves.
His name is Andrew Colvett, and you would think as many times as you have obsessed over these people the past 10 months, as many times as you said his name, we already know how many times you have said Charlie's name. We're bordering 5,000 now in less than a year. with Erica closing in on 2,500 in less than a year. You can't even say this man's name right. And no, he's not related to Stephen Colbert. And you're reading this stuff. That is just the salt in the wound. You're reading it. And you can't even read it right. It's not like you got stroke brain like I do, where occasionally I'll get the lazy tongue or my neuropathy will kick in and I just, like I'll totally lose it, Luckily that doesn't happen that often, but you're reading it. What is your excuse, man? Holy crap.
Of many more of these men wandering, all of who fit the description of what we're about to see. And our biggest claim that we probably made on the show was that Tyler Robinson did not step foot onto campus on that day. At least that is what he told his family. That he was around campus, but not physically on campus himself. So in short, it should have been remarkably easy. Based on the conversations I've had about Lance, he was into some weird internet stuff, easy person to blackmail. And to get himself out of something, he threw in Tyler Robinson. That's my opinion. I do believe that Tyler Robinson was around campus on that day. I do believe he was at the Dairy Queen, that he was depositing clothes, which could have been his part. I don't know, maybe Lance told him to do that.
You see what she does here is she actually says what she's disagreeing with, but then disagrees with what she says. And I know that sounds weird, but that's exactly what she does. Okay, she agrees with what she disagrees with, and it disagrees with what she agrees with, all within the same segment. So that way, if you say one thing, she's saying, no, I mean this. If you say this, she's saying, no, I mean, that's what I said. So again, you're taking and you're stretching the meaning of words. When somebody says, hey dude, it's your day off, which it is, right? What are you going to be doing today? Well, I'm going to be around the house. That doesn't physically mean I'm going to be walking around the house, never coming in my house. That means I'm going to be around my house, all over it. And that's what Tyler meant. He was around at UVU. He was all around it. We saw the videos. But her audience just doesn't have that critical thinking component. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can't see that they're just, I don't even want to call them victims anymore, even though they are. But she just plays them so easily, guys.
Cultural backwater. Then you actually go there and realize how much we just don't know about what's really happening in the world. Like how Russia is a part of the reason why the dollar has lost nearly 1/3 of its value since 2020. That's true. And here's why. Because when Biden administration froze hundreds of billions of dollars that belonged to Russia.
Now this one's funny because she's literally doing an ad that she's being paid for. If I were paying Candace Owens to do an ad and you couldn't even be factually correct, you would be paying me back. You're not meeting those contract terms. Nope, this is not a third, Candace. The U.S. dollar index has fallen roughly 5 to 10% since 2020. Not a third. She's confusing inflation with a currency collapse while reading a paid gold ad script. Again, reading. Oh my God. Let's go on. There's got to be some more.
Down in Panguitch. More is going to be coming out about that. And then they just keep pretending like it's all a joke. Like they were just going to keep this up and feed slop. Oh, Candace is Miss Cleo. She dreamed it. Oh, look at this old clip of Candace making fun of herself regarding thunder and lightning. See, she's dumb. Did you guys really think that was going to work? Who's making these decisions in the boardroom? Like, who's the idiot that thinks that is going to be sufficient enough to stop this investigation? I told you guys from the very beginning. Charlie went out and a light bulb came on. Dreams he was having in 2018 that were vivid. I started having vivid dreams right after he was taken out. And no, I'm not ashamed of them. Keep playing the clips. Keep playing the clips.
Oh, we'll keep playing the clips, Candace. We'll keep playing the clips. And for you to sit there, am I the only one? If it truly didn't bother you, Candace, you wouldn't even be bringing it up. You've got this huge audience, successful show, sadly. You don't have to bring that up. If you truly didn't care, you wouldn't bring it up. But even your own fans, because I was watching the chat, your own fans were calling your crap out. Dreams aren't evidence. They're dreams. So you doubling down on psychic premonitions isn't a rebuttal. It comes across like a punchline. Okay? If anything, you shouldn't be bringing this stuff up and moving yourself far away from that ridiculousness. Guys, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. But here I am. I'm talking about it. It doesn't bother me. Guys, I will flat out tell you when something bothers me. You know, I'm just going to be honest about it. If I'm talking about it, then it's relevant to me. You know what I'm saying? If she's talking about it, it's clearly, she knows she's taking a hit, guys. She knows. She knows she's taking a hit. Period. Now, guys, let's take just a quick short break, and when we come back, Candace is now burning things. Again. Where did she get that idea? Well, was it not quite? It hasn't even been a week since we released the exploding microphone theory debunk, where I actually set it up, did a demonstration, blew up a road mic to show what it would do to a t-shirt. She is now burning t-shirts in her backyard and comparing the photos to that little piece of trash on the SUV floor. You know, now I've went down the line of all different things that could be. Even so much as to say a moth. I found a Utah moth that had a wing print that looked just like that. And I remember I shared it with Jim, and I was only kind of half serious. I was just like, look, kind of like poking fun at Candace. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's a moth, and a moth can only mean this. But anyway, Jim had said, you know, it's that medical, military grade medical gauze, bandaging, whatever you want to call it. And that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. And Jim explained it well to me, you know, that it starts to darken and all that after it's been used. That is exactly what it is. But meanwhile, Candace is in her backyard burning t-shirts. All of a sudden, you know, isn't it funny? Because I was saying that when we were building up to the Road Mike episode of actually performing that, you know, I was saying this stuff's, you got all the money in the world, Candace. Why aren't you doing these recreations to try to prove your point? So I do an exploding microphone demonstration, show the shirt explode, a hole in it, burn marks, the Road Mic, which I still got right here beside me. You know, have you found that yet, Candace? I mean, this was exploded. This was exploded. And there's the front that you swear shatters, which it doesn't. But where's this? Where is this? Anyways, guys, we're going to jump to that as soon as we come back.
This channel is a mix of facts, parody, satire, and personal opinion. If you ever need clarification on any of the material, please don't hesitate to ask.
It's the circle of lies. She's making a fortune. She wants Erica's face. It's a no, 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 no. And it's fake and gay on the path of grifting in the circle of lies.
That is one big pile of... That is one pile of Candace.
In the circle of lies.
All right, my friends, let's check out this clip. I appreciate you hanging out. We are about 20 minutes into the show, a little bit more. This is Candace now burning t-shirts, now trying to convince her audience that what we're seeing on the SUV floor is actually part of a burnt t-shirt. I'm going to let this clip play, and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. Guys, Factivus, she is stunned that when you light a t-shirt on fire, it looks like it has been burned. Holy crap. Dude. And I see now why so many people follow Candace Owens. It is genius like that. It is genius like that. That if you set something, this is, woo! You set something on fire and it later looks like it's been burned. Guys, if Candace isn't up for the Nobel Peace Prize, Pulitzer, Guinness World Record, Grammys, whatever, school down the streets, little league trophy, give her one of those two. Give her one of those two. Because she's an all-star. Absolute all-star. Hitting home runs left and right, guys. Left and right. This should be taught in school. Seriously, I'm being serious. People need to know that if you light something on fire, guys, it will show that it was burned. And that is the point that is completely missed, Candace. There had to be a fire to begin with. We have all watched this footage over and over and over again of Charlie getting shot. It is the most disturbing thing. I will never get it out of my head. There was no explosion. There was no fire. There was no smoke. There was a gunshot. That was it. He was shot and killed. There were people within feet of him. No explosion. Eyewitnesses right there looking dead center at him. No explosion. All the different angles of the shooting we have seen. No explosion. No fire. In order for there to be fire, Candace, there's going to be flames. And flames would be visible. He gets shot and falls back, and before even hitting the ground, people are on him, man. Where's the fire? We've seen the footage. Why didn't you start your little segment there about this burnt t-shirt with that? Here's Charlie getting shot. Okay, you saw that. Now here's me burning t-shirts in my backyard. Okay, you saw that. Now look at this crap on the SUV floor. See? It looks just like a burnt t-shirt. But Candace, you just showed the footage of him being shot and there was no fire. So you completely just skip over the main point to show a burnt t-shirt. And now your stupid moronic followers are running with this. Oh, Candace burnt t-shirts in her backyard. It looks just like it. Without stopping and thinking for a moment, yeah, but the t-shirt wasn't on fire. Guys, oh my God, man. Oh my God. Let's move on from that. Let's get to this car thing. Let's get to this car thing. So Candace is showing this picture left and right. This is from the surveillance. Now, as you can note, directly from this image, there's camera distortion. You can tell the car looks scrunched up, right? Because of the camera angle, the ratio, the format. You know, you've got 16:9, you've got 4:3, you've got the vertical, you got all different ratios of pixels, right? This is low grade and it's showing distortion. So she's focusing on that tailpipe. Now, the part that she leaves out is when you let that play live, that distortion on the tailpipe actually changes. Sometimes it looks like all one big piece. Sometimes it looks like, you know, a set of binoculars, two tubes, two exhaust, a dual exhaust, making a quad, as they say, right? But it's distortion. It's distortion. Here, what you guys are seeing on the screen right now, just so we can keep this the same car, this is the gas station where Tyler Robinson, there his car's pulling in. You guys see it right there. He's pulling in with that car. And he's about to get out and he's about to pump gas. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this or not. I've done a lot of going back to the beginning, which is kind of the whole point of this episode. Going back to the beginning, the stuff at the start. And you know, what's Tyler wearing there? The same hat, the same maroon shirt, the same jeans. At the gas station, the same thing he was filmed in multiple times at UVU, and there's his car, right? And this is almost, you know, this is haunting too, because there's other people there, you know, there's 3 people, 4 people there pumping gas. And isn't it disturbing to think what we know now? Like, there's a cold-blooded killer standing there with these just innocent, unknowing people. That this kid is going to kill a man. And you're feet away from him, man. You know, that's crazy when you really think about things like that. The people around you, the butterfly effect kind of thing, right? But there you guys can see he's pumping gas wearing those same exact clothes. And that was the main point of digging this video out and showing it to you guys. Is he's literally in the same clothes. Same car. And then eventually, as you guys will see, you know, here's some more people walking up. Just unknowing. Completely unknowing. Why is this guy bringing... Are we seeing illegal activities happen right here? Look at him dragging that gas. I guess that's okay. It's a little disturbing. He's pumping that gas up into the back. That's funny. You know what sucks is this got released and the boss of these guys are probably like, what were you doing? Nah, around here I see that all the time. So there we go. He just pumped his gas. And he's getting back in his car. The car that Candace says isn't his car. Just want to point that out. There he is, backing up in his car. That's not his car. I mean, you saw him get out of it. And you saw him get into it. And there he goes. Now, this next video is the car actually being towed. Once they nailed him This is the car being towed. And we get a nice rear view shot of this. And I'm going to break it up for you so you can see the rear. But I want you to watch it as it's happening here first. And of course, it's got the shadows. It's kind of hard to see the tailpipes, but you can see them. You can see, especially when you bring up the brightness in the video when the sun starts hitting them. But as I'll show you, even in the pictures, when I break this down into still shots, you still get kind of distortion. But when you take a look at this first picture, there you can see those are those wide pipes, right? The exact length. If you look at the surveillance video, the exact distance from end to end. So we move on to the next picture here. There's a clearer picture where you can really see them. Matching license plate. I made sure that this was his car. I went and made sure it was the license plate. Everything checked out. There's another shot. And you can see just different lighting changes the way those tailpipes look. You know, different, like I said, screen ratios. There's another angle. Now see there, at that angle, it kind of looks like they're both double. You know, very similar. That looks more quad. You know what I'm saying? You move on. There's another shot. Now you can see there as it's going further away. Look at the left exhaust. See as it's going away how the camera tricks you and it starts to look like it's got this kind of shape to it, right? Just like the surveillance footage from UVU. As it's moving, the camera is trying to make sense, but there clearly isn't two circles there, but by this picture you would think that there is. And that's the same thing that happened in the UVU parking garage. And here is a nice clean shot. And even in that nice clean shot, you can see that it tries to couple in like that. And I'll go back to this other one. And like I said there, if you look to the left, it starts to look like two circles, just like the surveillance video. But that is his car, my friends. No question about it. License plate matches everything. You saw him in it at the gas station. I mean, I don't know what more to say there. So to get into this final segment of the show, like I said, I wanted to take you guys back, take you back to the beginning. And I'm going to break this up and we're going to watch it together because there's things that are said here that I think really make a difference. I'm pulling it up now, guys. I'm trying to find a good starting point because it's a rather long video, but I'm going to break it up. I think this is a good point to start it. This is literally moments before Charlie is shot and then the aftermath. Camera going nonstop. And I think it's good to watch things like this. You're not going to see anything graphic, guys. You will hear people talk about it. But nothing graphic. This is going to be after the fact kind of stuff. And I think this is good stuff to take note of because these people were there. And let's just hear how it all happened in real time.
Race.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out here.
We appreciate you. Love you too.
Now the shot's going to be coming up here, guys.
Are they like restricting you guys up here or what?
Really pay attention. I'll stop this at certain
We had a
points.
flag and we had it so it was positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera and made us move.
What was that? God, he just got shot! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Now I want to stop this for a second because this is a great example of how sound carries and transfers, especially on audio and video equipment, and especially to the human ear. Now, I want you to watch the girl in the backpack. She's wearing like this patchwork type dress. She's behind the man with the curly hair. Okay. Now, I want you to watch her. Focus on her. Okay, guys? Focus on her. She flinches. And actually a few other people do as well. She flinches before we actually hear the shot. That means that her and the other people that flinch and react heard it before we do in the recording, and due to the distance. So you've got a lot of people like on the Candy Cultist side saying, you know, when they watch the footage of Charlie being shot, well, they're not saying shot, but we live in reality. They're saying that the gunfire sound doesn't line up. Well, this is a great example. Focus on the girl in the backpack and the patchwork dress.
It's just, there's just so much. Before we had a flag and we had it so it's positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera. They just moved.
What was that? Oh my God! He just got shot! Holy shit!
Did you see that? Did you see her go like this? And then you heard the shot, right? Let's watch it again.
It's just, there's just so much. Before we had a flag and we had it so it's positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera. They just moved.
What was that? Oh my God! He just got shot! Holy shit!
So you saw that. That is a great example of why sound doesn't always line up. Like if you're an avid concert goer like I am, and let's say you're far in the back, like you're in grass seats, and you're looking on the stage and you're watching the band, but then you look on the video of the band, it looks like they're out of time, like the snare, the drummer isn't hitting on beat. That's just the way sound carries. Like you're seeing the motion before the sound actually reaches you. And that right there was a great example. Just listen. The girl jumps and reacts before we actually hear the shot.
It's just, there's just so much. Before we had a flag and we had it so it's positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera. They just moved. It's just, there's just so much. Before we had a flag and we had it so it's positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera. They just moved. And so it would be in the camera. They just moved.
So, I mean, right there, that's a great example. Great example. Let's keep going with this video.
What was that? Oh my God! He just got shot! Holy shit!
Now, you heard the guy say he just got shot. Holy, he just got shot. Okay, that was seconds after it happened. So first reaction, he got shot. Nobody said, did you see that explosion? Anybody seeing any smoke? I mean, we're right at the top of the tent, guys. The tent's right there at the bottom. Okay, first reaction's right as it happened.
Apparently there's been a shooting. There's been a shooting. We heard shots.
There's been a shooting. We've heard shots. This is all within 60 seconds of it happening.
You guys okay? Okay, love you. Be safe. Okay, be safe. Bye. Apparently there's been a shooting. I don't know who's been shot. We are here live at Utah Valley State University. There's been a shooting at the Charlie Kirk event, the TPUSA event. There has been a shooting. Everybody's evacuating.
There's been a shooting. Nobody's saying there's been a bombing. There's been a bombing.
Good, how are you doing?
Were you able to see anything that happened?
I was standing right here interviewing people. Hang on. Charlie Kirk got shot? Holy shit. Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck is what my kid is saying.
Your kid's saying Charlie?
Yeah.
Now within 3 minutes, Charlie Kirk got shot. That's what my kid is saying.
Oh my goodness. My son is down there. He says that Charlie Kirk has been shot in the neck. This is unconfirmed. This is from my son who was down there right in front of Charlie Kirk. We're going to go down there and see if we can get any more info.
So his son was right in front of Charlie Kirk, front and center, guys, telling him within 3 minutes of the shot, within 3 minutes of this happening, Charlie Kirk's been shot. He was right in front of me. No one reporting an explosion. No one reporting smoke. No one reporting fire. You know, all those key elements that would go with a road exploding microphone. Nothing. None of that. This is why we go back to ground zero. We go back to the moment it happened. This is the freshest it could possibly be. This has just happened. So everybody is reporting exactly what happened.
My son just said Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck. I don't know the accuracy of that. You guys okay?
Go. Stay. Abby, are you inside or outside?
My son just said that on the phone.
Yeah, no. He got shot in the brain. Club's over there. It sounded like to me like it came from up there.
Sounded like a sharpshooter.
Dude, he just got shot.
Now you see, these people were down there on the ground. He just got shot. It sounded like he came from up there. Just like I said way back in September, over 10 months ago, that I was watching live through, you guys remember the video of the guy, as soon as Charlie gets shot, he turns around and he's cheering like a freaking psycho. Remember that video? That was what I was watching. And here's what happens. So the shots fired, the guy that was filming went like this to turn around and look behind him, because that's where the shot came from. And you can see the crowd, many people in the crowd doing the same thing. When you hear a gunshot from behind you, that natural knee-jerk reaction is going to be to turn and look. Like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's head stayed this way at Charlie. If there would have been some explosion, we would have seen it. Again, we've all seen the footage. We've all seen it. There's none of that. Let's continue on.
Hey, what happened? I don't know. Stay down.
After a little bit, we all ran off, and then I came back and he was gone.
Oh! Hey, everybody clear out! There's someone here. They're taking care of him.
Right now.
We have multiple eyewitnesses saying that Charlie Kirk has been shot in the neck and that they saw blood spray.
Where are you? Okay, calm down. I don't know yet. I'm getting out of here. Stay close. You guys up this way. Let's go up that way. Hey! Move that way! Go, guys. Move that way. Go! Push up.
Definitely not fireworks.
Sir! You! Sir! Hey! Go, push up. Go. This area, so we cordon off this
Well, this guy right here, he's serious, man. He is serious. I've been waiting my whole life for a moment like this.
Safety team is here. I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit, is what the security detail just said.
So right there, the security detail. We're now, 5-6 minutes after the actual shot? He got shot. He got shot. Everybody at ground zero. He got shot. He got shot. No, there was an explosion. There was a bomb. None of that. None of that.
My son just messaged me and says that Charlie Kirk...
You need to leave.
Yes, sir.
Now, quick!
Get him out.
Hey, you go right now. Get out of here.
See what happened? Yeah, kind of. Was you willing to talk about it on camera? Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. Kind of shocked.
Definitely shocking. We're here at the Charlie Kirk Turning Point USA event. What can you just tell me briefly what happened in your eyes?
Well, my name's Eric. I was standing about the third level back, so probably 50 feet from Charlie. I heard a shot which took my attention away from Charlie, and when I looked back at him after the echoes, there was blood protruding from his neck or his head, about 6 inches or more, literally gushing out.
Of his neck?
Neck or head, I'm not quite sure, because his head was tilted back. I don't think he's going to survive this shot, if you want my opinion.
Unbelievable.
So there you guys go. I wanted to show you guys that, I can remember watching that last September when I was really trying to help out, when Candace was starting her things, I was trying to find every different angle, every different cell phone piece, professional footage like this guy's camera. And, it's just, I was sitting here this morning and I was like, I want to go back to the beginning because we just keep, all of these podcasters and commentators, Candace, Barron, are pushing forward, constantly pushing forward. They're, one thing fails, they move on to the next. Next thing fails, they move on to the next. Next thing gets disproven, they move on to the next. The next thing is, you get it. It's a pattern, right? And I'm like, let's just take today and go back to the moment it happened. And there's nobody casting doubt. This literally just happened. Nobody casting doubt. He had been shot. The cameraman, this reporter's son, was directly in front of Charlie. Nobody insinuated anything that would remotely relate to that crazy Rode microphone, stupid bomb theory of John Bray. Just don't even get me started. Just don't even get me started. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Again, here at Facts Me, we try to, cover the important stuff, but also do it in a way and show you things that's different than how everybody else handles it, because we got to separate ourselves from everybody else. Got to make ourselves different because we are different. I had somebody say to me that our crowd, our gang, our posse, our factivists, whatever you want to call it, are really good people. You guys are like the nicest people. I know there was somebody in the chat that was saying that the other day. Guys, that's exactly what we've been looking for. Building this community of God-fearing Christians. Not necessarily, we don't all have to be conservative, but, just putting good people together in this Facts Me community. And it's just, it tickles me that newer people are showing up, more and more people are coming, and they're seeing you guys, the core group, the group that started this all, the OGs, right? They're seeing you guys and they're seeing it. They're seeing the goodness And that's fantastic, because that's what we want. You know, I took some time the other night and I just started jumping in chats of random commentators. Just kind of like a comparison to see like how their audience acts and reacts to things as opposed to us here at Fax Me. And man, it's a different world out there. It's a different world out there. Now, if you go to Jay Witt, if you go to Lady Luck, you know, both of which I watch, if you go to Artie Trolls, I watch when I can, you know, a lot of the same people here, which is great. So it's like we've got this just wonderful network of good people that put their heads together. And, I still want to get Jay Witt back on the show. I would love to go on his show sometime. I still want to get Artie Trolls on the show. I just think him and I could really, really put something together, especially both being, so musically inclined, that I just think we could do a bang up show together. But, anyways, and I want to get back to the People's Panel too and start bringing, just factivists, just people that enjoy the talk and want to give their opinion. I know I've got a few of you lined up, here soon. We're trying to lock down some times to do that. I know Jim's working on an interview for the show. And guys, you know, Nikki, Juju, Jim, you guys, much love and appreciation. They do a lot of work behind the scenes. They really do. Jim is always sending me stuff, giving me ideas. A lot of you factivists do the same thing. Reaching out to me. Hey, put me to work. We know you're busy. We know you're doing this, that, the other thing. Let us help you find stuff. And guys, it's greatly appreciated. But I hope you enjoyed today's show from the Fax Me perspective. I will be back tomorrow with another episode, which I'm sure will be chock full of candy kookiness, as we've all come to know and love here at Fax Me. But I want you guys keep that truth on your tongue and God in your heart. And I'll be catching you all tomorrow on Fax Me Live. Take care, my friends.
I had herpes. I had herpes. I had herpes. When I was in high school, the guy I was dating had a girl in his class, or a girl that he had gone to, I think, middle school with, that worked at my gynecology office. She was just kind of like the girl behind the desk. And I guess maybe she saw a file pass that had my name on it. Like, oh, I know she goes to this gynecologist. So she told my boyfriend that I had herpes. That's like a terrible thing for like an 18-year-old to have to go through.
I had herpes. 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 I know, no. I had herpes. I had herpes. I know, no. Doctor, what can I do? I've got herpes and I blame the Jews. Doctor, what can I say? I'm a fungus with the fungus and I'm crazy, okay? I know, no. I had herpes. I had herpes. I know, no.
Watching the puddles gather